Welcome back to the show where we ask AI tools hard clinical questions and see who gets a rose. I'm your host, Greg Costelli, and this week's episode is called HPV Vaccination Dosing, the one. Probably, we don't have the cancer data yet. Today's episode, 3 contestants, 1 prompt, and a guideline change that nobody fully explained. The prompt this week is, when is 1 dose of HPV vaccination recommended? Now let's meet our contestants. And here comes contestant 1. First out of the limo, UpToDate Expert AI. A little formal, clearly well-read, cites its sources. UpToDate told me immunocompetent patients aged 9 to 20 can receive 1 or 2 doses. Clinician's choice, shared decision-making. It flagged single-dose CDC endorsement for ages 11 to 12, and it correctly called out 3 doses for immunocompromised patients. Thoughtful, careful, grounded in evidence. And here comes contestant number 2, OpenEvidence. Arrives with an NEJM citation, which is the clinical AI equivalent of showing up in a blazer. It told me single-dose vaccination is, quote, not currently part of standard US recommendations. The prior ACIP schedule was cited, 2 doses for ages 9 to 14 and 3 for 15 and older. Rigorous, well-sourced. And here's contestant 3, Google Gemini. He rolls in, confident. He has a summary table. Says the CDC updated its guidelines in early 2026 to align with WHO. 1 dose is now the standard. Science-driven update, international alignment, evidence from the HPV Escudo trial, clear narrative, tidy table, confident delivery. So what actually happened? Well, on January 5th of 2026, HHS announced a top-down revision to the childhood vaccine schedule, reducing HPV vaccinations to 1 dose. This did not come through the normal ACIP deliberative process, which was, by most accounts, weeks from completing its evidence review. It came through a political directive. Gemini told you the what, and it fabricated the why. Here's where I land, and I want to be direct about this. The evidence was good enough to have a conversation. It was not good enough to unilaterally rewrite the schedule, and it definitely not good enough to do it outside of the process designed to weigh exactly these trade-offs. So here's your final rose ceremony. UpToDate and OpenEvidence, they're solid clinical tools that haven't caught up to a guideline change that's 4 months old. Gemini has the current schedule and maybe made up some of the rationale. Now you might say, but Greg, have the guidelines really changed? It really was just a statement. They aren't finding the information published on CDC or ACIP, and that's a fair criticism. However, it can highlight a bigger problem where there's new information, and that new information isn't discussed in the context of the question, helping you make a better decision. None of them are wrong in the way a broken calculator is wrong. They're wrong in the way that matters more. They're telling you what the answer is without telling you the why the answer is contested. Know your tool, read the label, think critically, and maybe wait for the cancer data before you call it a wrap. Until next time, this is Dispense is written.